Hi, welcome to another allotment update. This is how my allotment is looking in early August. The yarrow's grown up, casting lovely shadows on the polytunnel. I love this pink, really vivid. Mallows and bergamot, casting some nice shade and beautiful shadows on the polytunnel again. I love the way they move, dancing in the wind. It's a typical Yorkshire summer's afternoon. A bit breezy, a bit overcast, spells of sunshine. So we'll start in this corner. Sweet peas didn't do too well, they kept getting dug up by rats. But it's still a very interesting corner. Got my comfrey there for my homemade liquid feed. Got a wild rose coming through there that I planted. Lawn's looking lovely. Hasn't needed any watering because it's been so lovely and wet. Rosemary's doing wonderfully. Gave it a good prune. It's all coming back lovely. Peonies didn't flower this year. It's probably because I've moved them. All this yarrow is coming. This is a wild yarrow, the white one, and the pink yarrow is the one I planted. Lavenders are great. Bees love them. I gave this butterfly bush a really good prune back in early summer because it wasn't doing too well, and it's coming back beautifully now. I really love this intense purple. I like my tall plants. I like creating little spaces in my allotment. That's tomato here is just coming into flower. I want to show you what's happening here. This is really exciting. This is a tomato that a friend gave me, and it's getting loads and loads and loads of fruit setting. I've got another tomato there which is starting to fruit. This is my purple sprouting, which is going to get me through next spring, hopefully, all being well. My beans, I've already had lots of meals of beans and been able to give them away, these lovely runner beans, which I pick when they're quite small, so they're not stringy at all. This chard is flowering. Well, it's flowered and it's setting seeds, so I'm going to gather some seeds so I can get some fresh chard seed. The squash is really getting going, but it's not setting fruit yet. Let's see, beetroots are doing well. Parsley's looking lovely. Onions have come up. I put them in about a month ago. This tomato's flowering, so it should hopefully get some fruit soon. Let's see. These broad beans, I've had a couple of broad beans already. They're not that prolific. I've not really had them before. I'm not sure what they like. but all the same it's nice to have a bit of variety in my diet. More toms here. And I think these ones are the plum tomatoes, which are great for cooking. So this weird kind of shape I've put up here seems to work quite well for the beans. I can gently tug them down to pick the beans. I cleared this space the other day because the mint and horseradish were just starting to grow over the path here. So I've cleared them back and I've got some lovely fresh sorrel coming. Sage plants hanging in there in the pot. Not sure where to put it. This bed's coming along nicely. My Strantia's finished flowering, but I really like the flower heads, so I'll probably save the seed. These little bits are coming along here. Antirrhinums. They're perennial, so they might even survive the winter and get a lot bigger next year. These beans along here are flowering, just starting to set fruit. These are my favourites. Look at these hollyhocks. Bees really love them. I've had to give them some support because it is quite a breezy spot. The bees really love them. Hyssop's doing beautifully. Again, the bees really love it. Jasmine's coming along. And so are these bulbs. I think these are gladioli. Just some mixed bulbs I got from B&M in the spring. This is another squash, but it's not setting fruit yet. Lots of flowers, but not setting fruit, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get any squash off there. My sedum roof is starting to get established. Seems to be, yep, getting some nice root structure in there. Got 3 different plants. I did seed some Californian bluebells, which I think might have germinated, but I'll see in a few weeks. House leek. I'm guessing it's quite dry for it here. It's moved a few times. Hopefully it'll be happy here. These are all the nasturtiums and calendula I've been clearing, but they're still flowering even though they're not in the soil, they're just draped over there. This is all wood for drying out and possibly using for my chimenea if I do some cooking down here. These are all basil that were in the polytunnel and just kept getting eaten by the slugs. And even though they're on the compost heap, and obviously in a nice warm spot, they're not getting eaten by slugs now, which is fantastic. I guess they've got lots to eat in there, in the compost, so that's a nice surprise. Hopefully they'll come through and some of the leaves will be nice enough to eat, but I'm sure I could get a good jar of pesto out of there in the autumn. This wildflower bed along my hedge is coming along well. Had lots of daisies, calendulas. There's a yarrow there, a wild yarrow. More daisies coming up here. Lots of lovely calendulas. My job for the winter is to take this fence out. That's why I'm not putting any perennials or anything along here. Hopefully this bed will just reseed itself in the spring. After I've taken the fence out, and it'll be a lot easier to keep back that ground elder. I'll be digging all that out. Hops is absolutely stunning. It's going to start flowering soon. That's going to be wonderful. The main thing is to keep it off the keep it out the camo net and keep it from going under the roof there, because it pushes up the plastic and it's made a big hole already, so I don't want that to continue. These are my kinetic mobiles that I make. I made this one in 2018, I think, and it's still floating quite happily. There's my little pond. And some fennel. I really like the combination of the fennel and the cornflowers and the clary sage, and that's really pretty. And the bergamo's doing well. Let's see, what else can we show you? Oh, these caduceus are gorgeous. So surprising, because when they were little, really small plants, they got trod on a few times. I thought they were all goners, but they've really rallied, come back. California poppy still flowering, just keeps flowering and flowering and flowering. Cosmos is just starting to flower. It's a giant cosmos which is self-seeded. This is a yarrow that's self-seeded. There was lots of them, so I just left this one in because they get really big. So you can see all the tomatoes in there. I've got chard, I've got beetroot, another squash, I have parsley, runner beans, broad beans, lots of nasturtiums and calendula. This is more beans and sweet peas. And I've had a really good season for blackberries. I've made some really good jam, blackcurrant rather. There's a couple left on there, but that's just going to be staying there. So this is my allotment in early August. Probably one of the best times for the allotment, really. Show you my little shelter. It's made from pallets and reclaimed corrugated iron. I've put a strip on there so that I don't bang my head. It's a really lovely place to sit. I'll sit here and you can see what I can see. That's my view. So it doesn't matter what the weather is, it's a lovely place to sit. Right, that's all for now. Thanks very much for watching.